Sometimes we have to stop for a while to take in the view, which is how I got this picture of the cactus wren. And I didn't notice this bobcat until I'd set the book down that I had been reading in the parking lot. Did you also notice the cardinal? Notice the bobcat's tail twitching in this picture and in the next picture. The bobcat became aware of me the moment that I began taking pictures, and it continued to allow my presence, so much so that I decided to gain its trust. The whole experience hinged on whether or not the bobcat would choose this closed trail system or a more open space that I would be permitted to walk with it. There was also the question of whether or not this bobcat would allow me to walk with her. Check this out, I didn't notice the hawk until after I started looking at my pictures. For legal purposes, I'd like to say that some of the pictures you see here may or may not have been taken on public or private land. What you're seeing is a compilation of images that were recorded in the West Texas region. As you admire this bobcat and its beautiful fur coat and the way that it just graciously accepts our presence so that we can share these images with each other, please also take into consideration that it takes quite an amazing amount of patience and also an awareness of the subject material that you're photographing when it comes to gaining an animal's trust. The same can be said for much of humanity, with the inclusion that some people can view themselves as higher up or lower down on the food chain. All being said, it doesn't matter whether we're higher up or lower down on the food chain than any of the animals that you see photographed here. What does matter is that we're respecting and regarding wildlife with the same trust that it entrusts us with. In addition to everything you're seeing here, keep in mind this is almost like a time capsule, like this one vulture that I saw on the entire day of February 27th, 2021 in the Big Bend National Park. While I did see a good variety of birds, of waterfowl, and even of fish that I didn't expect after the hard freeze that we'd experienced in Texas, I also noticed that we were definitely showing a decline of the normally absolutely abundant quantity of insects that there are in the entire park. Here you see a Texas red-eared slider. It's the same turtle, just from a different view. Here you see an antlion burrow, and in this particular image you see one of the Big Bend fish that's at the nature trail. Here's a school of fish, but here's something that's even more increasingly common throughout the park: plastic bottles. Here's one of the two spiders that I saw during the early springtime temperatures, and here's one of the countless discarded cans that I saw throughout the park. I noticed quite a few ravens, more than the vultures for sure, a few shrikes, which are always amazing to see, and also a couple of hawks. But more than anything, I saw loads and loads of rubbish discarded carelessly throughout the park. Please do your part, leave no trace, and have a great day. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.